Welcome, everyone. Today, we're shifting gears a bit. We're moving away from the usual research papers. Instead, we've got a collection of real-life stories, really unsettling ones.
Yeah, these are accounts from people who actually lived through these things. Or, people whose lives were just completely changed by them.
Exactly. These aren't just stories to scare you. They're like raw glimpses into how unpredictable people can be and the dangers hiding in plain sight.
Right. And they're powerful reminders about intuition, aren't they? Those gut feelings we tend to ignore.
Definitely. So our mission today is to look at these experiences, see the patterns, the warning signs maybe, and hopefully understand things a bit more cautiously.
Precisely. We'll recount them respectfully, of course, but the aim is to explore those eerie undercurrents in everyday life.
Okay, so get ready. This deep dive is really about uncovering the truths hidden in these chilling experiences. Right, let's start with the first one. It involves a man named Rick. He was a high school friend of the storyteller's parents. Described as, a nice guy, mostly, but also a little bit strange. There were some vague ideas about family abuse in his past, maybe explaining it.
That kind of description comes up a lot, doesn't it? The nice but odd neighbor or friend.
And this group of friends was really close. So Rick showing up at the house unannounced wasn't totally out of the blue, even if it was just the mom and the baby, the storyteller home.
A bit intrusive, maybe, but within their social context, perhaps not alarming initially.
Exactly. But then things started happening. The year Rick and the parents graduated high school, a university woman in their city just disappeared.
Vanished.
Yeah. Her body was found a month later. Police said she'd been there for weeks. Her killer never caught.
Wow. Okay. And this is the same time frame, same city.
Same city. Then a few years pass. The storyteller is just an infant. Another female university student goes missing.
Oh, no. Again.
Yeah. And she was never found. Eventually, after 10 years, her family had her pronounced legally dead.
That's heartbreaking. So 2 disappearances.
And around the time of that second disappearance, people in their friend group started getting uneasy about Rick.
So suspicions start to surface.
Yeah, but nothing concrete, no evidence at all. Just a feeling, a collective sense that something wasn't right.
That gut feeling again. It's often dismissed, but clearly potent here.
It really was.
Yeah.
And it got stronger when Rick asked the storyteller's dad if he could store a truck topper in their barn.
Okay.
The mom felt this really strong, inexplicable need to go check the barn herself, even though he'd already put it there.
Did she find anything?
No, nothing. Nothing seemed out of place. But that urge she felt, it says a lot, doesn't it?
It really does. Her subconscious was clearly screaming warnings.
Then, maybe 18 months after that, things took a horrifying turn. A third woman was abducted.
A third one.
Yes. She was taken to a house way out in a tiny town outside the city, chained to a bed.
Oh, my God.
And then he threw her off a bridge into a river. Hands, maybe feet too, still tied.
Unbelievable.
Miraculously, yes, she survived. She managed to swim to the bank and call the police.
Incredible strength.
And she identified him. And the house. It was Rick.
Rick. So the feelings, the suspicions, they were right.
Absolutely. When the police went to Rick's house to arrest him, well, as they were climbing the stairs, he shot himself. Killed himself right there.
Wow. So he took his secrets with him.
He did. But the investigation afterwards looked into those first 2 disappearances again.
And what did they find?
They found that Rick had taken a week off work during the exact times each of those first 2 women went missing.
Chilling. Just absolutely chilling. That connection, the timing, the realization for his friends must have been
Horrifying. Suddenly, his strangeness wasn't just odd anymore, it was monstrous.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move to the next story. This one's from Sacramento. The person telling it was working as an online escort during a tough time, met clients at her apartment.
Right.
So one day, a client shows up, looks much younger than she expected, and immediately she gets this really strong bad feeling.
Like more than usual.
Yeah, she said it was unprecedented. In 4 years of doing that work, she'd never felt that way. But she still invited him in.
Despite the feeling. That's tough.
It is. And then, for the first time ever, she patted him down, checked him for a gun.
Really? What did you do?
He just laughed it off.
Deflection.
Yeah. And during their conversation, he kept bringing up his ex-girlfriend. Said she left him after he hit her.
Okay, red flag right there.
Huge. And then he said something really chilling. He said, you'd find out what he'd do soon enough. But he said it almost jokingly.
That casual delivery is terrifying. It masks the real threat. He's almost testing her reaction, maybe.
Maybe. She said at the time, because of how he said it, she didn't fully grasp how menacing it was.
That makes sense, focusing on the immediate situation.
Right. So after they finished, he insisted she walk him to his car, which was weird. It was like 15 feet from her door.
Why?
She didn't know. It was an unimpressive green Jeep, she called it. As he got in, he looked right at her and said, "You'd see it again."
Okay, that's deliberately unsettling.
Totally. Days later, she's watching the news, national news, and she sees a picture of that same green Jeep.
No way.
Yeah. Then the report says a man from Sacramento is wanted. Then they show his picture.
It was him.
It was him. This guy had driven clear across the country to a church in New Jersey. And he shot and killed 2 people,
Including
his ex-girlfriend, the one he'd been talking about.
Oh my God.
He was caught a few days later in Atlanta. He was literally on a plane about to fly to Europe.
Unbelievable. And looking back,
Looking back, she realized why he made her walk him to the car, why he said she'd see it again.
to make sure she remembered.
Exactly. To teach her a lesson, as she put it. To make sure she knew exactly who he was when his face was all over the news. It was psychological terror.
That's a chilling level of calculation, wanting that recognition for his violence.
Yeah. She quit that work right after. I mean, can you blame her? What a terrifyingly close call.
No.
All right, this next one. It takes us back a bit. Small town Indiana, early to mid-70s. This happened to the storyteller's father when he was in middle school.
Okay.
His house was about maybe 6 blocks from school, so he walked home a lot. And one day, he notices this van driving past him. Slowly.
Just driving past.
At first, yeah, kind of weird, but he didn't think much of it.
Yeah.
Then it happened again and again, same van.
Okay, that's starting to feel predatory.
Definitely. And then the man in the van started yelling at him,
Yelling what?
asking him to buy drugs. Repeatedly.
From a middle schooler.
Yeah. And that's when the father recognized him. It was this guy, Roger. Roger was older, maybe 9 years older.
Yeah.
But he knew him vaguely through relatives.
So not a total stranger. That connection, even a slight one, can make things even creepier.
Totally. And this went on for a while.
Yeah.
Roger following him for blocks, yelling about drugs.
How did the father react?
He was terrified. He said he always had this really strong gut feeling that something was just deeply wrong about Roger. So when Roger yelled, he wouldn't even look up or answer. Just stared at the ground, walked faster till he got home.
Smart kid. Listening to that instinct, those walks must have been agonizing.
Oh, I bet. Eventually it stopped.
Yeah.
He doesn't know why. Maybe Roger just moved on, or maybe as the father got taller, he seemed less like an easy target.
Hard to say, but thank goodness it stopped.
Yeah, but that's not the end of Roger's story. Fast forward to Valentine's Day, 1977, different small town, also remote.
Yeah.
A woman is home with her son and her 3 stepsons, Roger,
Yeah.
and 3 other men, break into the house with shotguns.
Oh, God.
They force the woman and all 4 boys to lie face down. They just terrorize them for hours, taunting them, threatening them,
This is horrific.
and then they shot them one by one.
No.
But the mother, miraculously, she survived.
Yeah.
One of the shots just grazed her head, blew off part of her wig. Roger apparently thought her skull had exploded, thought she was dead, so he stopped shooting her.
Yeah. Unbelievable luck amidst absolute horror.
She described lying there hearing this horrible noise. And she realized it was the sound of the blood draining from her son and stepsons. She said it was almost like a waterfall.
I have no words for that. That's unimaginable.
And what did they get? They escaped with $40. 40.
Till it wasn't about the money.
Not at all. The mother said later it was clearly about the thrill of taking lives.
Pure evil.
The mother thankfully could identify Roger as the ringleader. He and the others got multiple life sentences. Indiana didn't have the death penalty back then. Roger actually just died in prison recently.
Wow. Connecting that back to the father's childhood experiences.
Right. That persistent unease he felt walking home, that kid he was avoiding, that was the person capable of that.
It just hammers home how vital those early gut feelings are, that sense of wrongness. It was absolutely spot on.
Okay, next story. This one's much more recent, less than 2 years old. Happened to a 19-year-old managing a beauty supply store.
19, okay.
It was February. A man comes into the store, pushing a little kid, maybe 3 years old, in a stroller.
All right.
He asks for super glue. She offers him nail glue instead, and he follows her over to the aisle. Starts asking her questions, how old are you? Where are you from?
A bit personal for a customer asking for glue.
Yeah. And the little boy in the stroller, he looks up at her, smiles, and tells her his name. Just totally innocent.
Oh, sweet kid.
Yeah. Then the man gives her his phone number. Suggests they hang out sometime.
Getting kind of forward there.
Totally. She just sort of took the number, said, okay, maybe, just to be polite and get him to leave. As soon as he was gone, she tossed it in the trash, laughed about it with her coworkers, like creepy customer alert.
Standard procedure for retail, unfortunately.
Right. But the very next day, she sees the same man walk past the store, that he stops, turns around, and just stares into the windows.
Right at her.
For like 5 minutes straight.
Oh, okay. That's not normal. That's stalking behavior.
Definitely. Her friend saw him too and was like, go hide in the bathroom. So she did.
Good friend.
Yeah. Then, a few days later, it's a snowy weekend. She's walking to the bus stop, feels like someone's watching her. Can't see anyone specific, but gets that creepy feeling.
Yeah, that feeling.
She gets to her store, opens up. 5 minutes later, he walks in again.
Oh, come on.
This time, no kid. He's got a friend with him. And he starts hitting on her again. Says he knows she has a boyfriend, but like, you look too fine like a model. Suggests she bring her boyfriend, they can all hang out, smoke.
Just relentless. And bringing a friend makes it more intimidating.
Totally. She'd had enough at this point. She told him straight up, look, I don't know you. We're not going to be hanging out. No offense.
Good for her. Firm boundary.
He kind of laughed it off and they finally left. Weeks go by. She sees him one day on a city bus. He's with a woman. She figures, okay, maybe that's his girlfriend. Maybe he'll leave me alone now. Felt relieved. Then, about a month after that, she's out of town for work at a nail salon, just relaxing. And a news story comes on the TV.
Oh.
It's about a local case. A woman in her town left her 3-year-old son home alone for 4 days. And the little boy died.
Oh, that's horrific.
Yeah, she actually changed the channel, didn't want to hear depressing news while trying to relax. Understandable.
Yeah, of course.
But then Easter comes around. She's talking to her mom. Her mom works at the local hospital, so she knows all the town gossip, especially the grim stuff.
Right. Small town network.
Her mom brings up that case, the woman who left her son. The storyteller says, oh yeah, I saw that on the news. Terrible. Her mom then fills in the details she knew from the hospital grapevine. Apparently, the woman and the child were homeless, staying at campgrounds originally from Vegas, and the baby's dad, he was in jail.
For what?
For failing to register as a sex offender after soliciting minors on a city bus.
Oh my God. It's all connecting, isn't it?
Suddenly, it all clicks in her head. The timeline, the description. She immediately looks up the news story again, finds the pictures.
Then
The man. The creepy guy from the store. He was the father.
Yeah.
Sex offender. The woman she saw him with on the bus. That was the mother, the one who left the child alone.
And the little boy.
The little boy smiled at her in the stroller. The one who told her his name. That was the little boy who died.
Oh, that is just devastating to have had that brief, innocent interaction.
She said it's bothered her deeply ever since. And the final detail from her mom, it's just sickening. The mother came home, found him lifeless, picked him up, took him to the community showers at the campground to wash fluids off him, and then tried to take his body on a public bus to the hospital. Police and ambulance intercepted her before the bus even left.
I can't even process that level of horror and neglect. That poor child. And the storyteller having that connection. Awful.
Wait, one last story. This one happened just months ago to the storyteller's best friend. And it really highlights being vigilant and having a plan, coded communication.
Important stuff.
So the friend, she reads the Let's Not Meet subreddit, gets kind of paranoid, but maybe rightly so. She developed this habit. She calls the storyteller every single day, right when she gets off the train. And they don't hang up until she's safe in her car.
That's a smart safety routine.
Yeah, sometimes she just keeps the phone on in her pocket, not even talking, just that open line for reassurance.
Good system.
So one day, the friend calls, but it's earlier than usual. The storyteller answers, happy, starts chatting about her day, and suddenly the friend cuts in and says, Mom, we need to buy some milk. I need it for the birthday cake.
Okay. Random. But she called her mom.
Yeah, and the storyteller knew instantly something was very wrong. Why? Her friend is terrible at baking, like can't bake anything, and she's severely lactose intolerant.
Ah, the code. Brilliant. Simple but effective because it's so out of character.
Exactly. That's the power of a prearranged signal. Something seemingly innocent that screams danger to someone who knows the code.
Absolutely. Your brain flags the anomaly immediately.
So the storyteller doesn't panic. She just plays along. but immediately texts some friends, calls them her beefcakes. Strong guys, tells them to get to the train station fast.
Good thinking. Mobilizing help.
She calls her friend back. The friend keeps up the code, talking about needing milk, but then adds something like, yeah, tell the guys to get it set up on the platform.
Another layer of code, confirming help is needed at the station.
Exactly. There's signal for needing extra security right there. So the storyteller and beefcakes get there. They see the friend, they all power walk out of the station together. No running, just fast, purposeful walking.
Maintaining calm, avoiding drawing more attention.
Smart. The friend doesn't say a word about what happened until they're blocks away. And they took a bunch of weird, unnecessary turns first just to make absolutely sure nobody was following them.
Double checking. Good paranoia. So what happened on the train?
She told them. There were 3 or 4 men in her train car speaking German.
Okay.
And they were describing her in detail, like the exact color of her nail polish, her usual train stop, what her car looked like, everything.
Oh my God. They were planning something, and she understood German.
That's the kicker, yeah. She grew up speaking 5 languages. German was one of them. She understood every single terrifying word they said.
Wow. What incredible, terrifying luck that she understood them. Her quick thinking.
It saved her. She pretended she was staying on the train until her usual stop. But right as the doors were closing at the stop before hers, she bolted out.
Brilliant move. Threw them off completely.
Totally. But she was so shaken up, understandably, she wouldn't take the train for 3 months after that.
I don't blame her one bit.
They still talk about it. Wonder what those men were planning. Human trafficking, gang rape,
Yeah.
both. Who knows?
You just don't know. But her awareness, the code, the quick exit, it worked. It's a chilling example of situational awareness and having that escape plan.
Absolutely. Trusting that feeling, having that code. It potentially saved her life. So these stories, they're really unsettling, obviously, but they do offer some profound lessons, I think.
Definitely. They starkly illustrate that danger can genuinely be anywhere, behind any face, in the most mundane situations.
Right. And they show these patterns sometimes, these little escalations, the subtle cues.
Yeah.
Recognizing them could be crucial.
And it comes back to that core theme. Listening to your gut, that instinctive unease is not just being paranoid. It's often your subconscious processing information your conscious mind hasn't caught yet.
Yeah, that primal alarm system is maybe the most important knowledge we have sometimes.
It really can be. Valuing that inner voice, that intuition, might be the biggest takeaway from all of this. It can be the difference.
So stay safe out there. Trust those instincts. Be aware of who and what is around you. Thank you for joining us for this pretty intense deep dive.
Yes, thank you for listening.
If you found these stories as gripping and maybe thought-provoking as we did, please do like, share, and subscribe to Horror Docx. We do more deep dives into the terrifying and the true.
Your support helps us continue bringing these stories and analyses to light.
Until next time,
Yeah.
be careful out there.